minutes for people.
Mm-hmm. Make sure the son keep an eye on everything for us. Keep an eye on everything for us. Okay. So who's entering? On Facebook, somebody's entering. Hmm? Oh, that would be nice. I should have. I wasn't even thinking.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it next time.
Okay.
We all good. All right.
Are we all good?
Yeah, I think we all good. I think everybody start coming in.
All right. Welcome, guys. If
Hello,
you're
welcome
joining us,
everyone.
just try to give everybody a couple moments to join us.
Most definitely. Most definitely. All right, TikTok. Look like everybody joining in. Thank you. Welcome.
Good evening, TikTok. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for
Yes,
joining us.
yes,
So,
yes.
well, let's just go ahead and just start, and we
Yes.
can monitor the chat. So, good evening, guys. Welcome back to Unspoken Truth Podcast, where we keep it real, we keep it raw and unfiltered. I am your host, Boots, and
Yeah.
this
This is your girl Kiki.
and so tonight, you guys, we got a good, deep conversation.
Yes.
Tonight for us all. So the conversation we've been yearning to have, a conversation that needs to be had.
Right.
But before we get into our topic for the evening, we're just gonna do a quick check-in with each other. We don't get to see each other every week, so
Right.
we talk often, but we don't see each other. So let's just get into it. So
Yes. I want to know how your week has been going, Boots, and how's everything in the workforce industry going?
I was gonna start with you first, but
No,
I
but
go.
no.
So I'm fine. But this week has been very challenging.
Okay.
I don't complain. I love what I do. I just
Okay.
told you that before I came
Mm-hmm.
in. So everybody know I work in the tough field.
Right.
So it's never easy. But today it was just I had to remove 4 kids, and it was just
Mm.
exhausting. It's not exhausting. It's just a long process
Mm-hmm.
because once we take them, we got to get ready for court to
Mm-hmm.
see the judge. But whew, they got their money out of me today.
Mm.
Despite as long as we keeping kids safe, I'm good. But other than that, it's just I'm easy like Sunday morning.
You got to be very strong to do that.
You gotta really
You
be.
really do. To take
You have to
somebody
be.
babies and
You do. You really have to desensitize yourself from
right.
empathy, sympathy, crying, feeling sorry. You
Right.
really a lot of people can't do that.
Right.
But I can't do that. But yeah, being in the field for some time, I ain't gonna say I've seen it all and heard it all because there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot more. But just coming from domestic violence, substance abuse, working with the homeless, I've heard a lot. I've seen a
Right.
lot, but I'm it's a challenge.
Yeah, I'm
You gotta
sure.
have thick skin.
I'm
But
sure.
you know,
Most definitely.
but I love what I do. I love what
Yes.
I do.
Good.
We
Good.
make fun out of it, but
I'm sure
yeah,
you do a very good job, and I know that's a very hard job. So
I try. I
I
try.
don't want it.
Y'all be easy on me.
Yeah.
People got a bad perception about the department,
Right.
but it's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody entitled to their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't like the department either if it was
Right.
me,
Yeah.
and that somebody coming in removing my kids.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but if you understand what we do and come on the other side, we just don't go to you're here to get your kids mail.
Right.
It is not, and it's very, 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 very hard to get your kids
Right.
removed. And one day when we talk about careers and what we do, we'll get into that because I
Right.
get a lot of questions.
Right.
And the first thing I always ask is, well, what's the scenario? What's the narrative? Tell me more. Don't just tell
Mm-hmm.
me, oh, they came and got my kids. Why?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
always a reason why.
True.
Um,
True.
it's a sad situation, sad
Yes.
scene.
Mm-hmm.
What's even sadder when kids are part of an environment where they
Mm-hmm.
can't be safe and
Right.
nobody's there to protect them. So I
Right.
always look for protective factors.
Mm-hmm.
So you can show us protective factors, then we have to take the extra measure to keep the kids safe.
Right.
It's never
Totally.
easy, but somebody has to do it. But
Mm-hmm.
So what about life in the big trucking industry?
Well, trucking industry is great. Everything is great. I have no complaints on the trucking industry. I had wonderful news this
Uh-oh.
week. My boss nominated me to be the driver of the year. So that's that's pretty big.
Yes, it is.
I'm truly blessed. I thank God for it. I love what I do. I love my life. God has been good in my life. I'm truly, truly blessed, and I am grateful. So yeah, so I have to. I still. It's a process. I had to give recommendation letters and everything, and the things to do. And I thank my ex bosses and my pastor and everybody who really gave me some wonderful um, recommendation letters. I'm gonna tell. When I read it, when I read them letters, I'm like, that's me. And I don't think what I'm doing. I just do. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy what I do. It's too easy. You know. So I when I read that and I see how I carry myself as a truck driver and how I feel safety is so important as a truck driver. It's like it's it's really it's really awesome to be recognized. So I'm
Absolutely.
truly, truly blessed.
It feels
But
good to be recognized for
yes,
something you didn't even know you had in yourself.
exactly. I really did. And I just love what I do. So
So talk to us about what's Woman of the Year. What a Trucker of the Year, Woman of the Year. What is
a
it?
woman trucker of the year.
Woman Trucker of the Year.
It's with the whole company, writer that I work for, and it's a total of 300 women that I'm going against.
Oh
So
my God.
I know they doing the same thing I'm doing, being safe and doing what they supposed to do. But it is a really big honor because my boss told me they fly you out, you get your reward and some a good crack a chain
So
right
there's
there.
you got some change
Get
coming.
some
Some
change,
change coming.
some
But
change,
as
and
long as the money involved, I'm
yeah.
for it.
So
Okay.
it's some nice little change. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow. So I'm truly blessed. God is good. So just I guess pray for your girl. So
When
we'll
will
see
you
how it
know?
goes.
When will you know if you won?
Well, not sure yet. He says might take some time because I guess everybody got to put in the paper and everything. The bosses got to put it in there and
So
go
it's
from
not a
there.
voting. We can't
No,
vote or well,
no,
how we gonna vote?
no.
We don't know
You're
what to
right.
do.
No, it's no voting of my friends and family voting. Would be great, but no, it's not. So it is what it is. This country girl just doing it. I love what I do. So
Yeah. So it's
yeah.
about pretty much your ethics and stuff in the trucking
Yes,
industry.
yes.
Okay.
Especially, I'm on the safety committee as well. So I'm on the safety committee, and I train drivers, and it's really important. So I really try to make sure everybody is able to do the job properly. I cannot let them go on unless they can be able to function. And knowing that everybody I trained, they never calls me. Thank God. So they always have it. So I want to make sure everybody have it, and then I go from there. But otherwise, I love what I do. It's always what something I wanted to do is really train drivers. So I hopefully down the line, God's will, I take it to the next level. So that's my goal is.
Well, good for you. Congratulations.
Thanks, huh? Thank you.
Nice, nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Um, before we get into the topic, I just want to show you guys my shirt. So of course, everybody knows Chicago beat the Packers Saturday. So my brother Chris Brooks, I don't know if he's watching or not. He makes these shirts.
Wow.
So every Bears
You
game
did
or
a good
something like
job.
that, he makes people shirts. He makes a shirt.
Nice.
I try to get a little scheme in there. Hey, you want you throw me a shirt? I'll pay you Tuesday for But he make these hoodies. He make all type of t-shirts. So if you
Right.
guys looking for a t-shirt, he's real good.
Okay.
So this is
All right,
Chicago
Chris.
Bears. Bear down, Chicago. Sorry, Packers fans.
We
but,
got to make our
know,
unspoken truth, Chris.
It was our Super Bowl Saturday. So,
I know y'all
so yeah,
will.
just have to shout out to Chris for making a t-shirt. You guys want him to make you a shirt, let me know. Inbox me, and I will most definitely provide his information.
I don't know nothing about football.
Just know the Bears won.
Well, they did.
There's nothing.
That's a great
And
thing.
if anybody seen that show, everybody in the world was on their toes.
They was on the toes.
They came back.
They can't. Yeah, I seen. I was watching it with my son, and
cut it off.
I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Cut it off.
I said, all right. Now I told him, I was like, look like your team going down, son. He was like, nah. I like, and he was like, he came. They came back. I'm like, okay.
Came back, yes.
Okay, Big Orange.
I'm like, wait, huh?
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they did good. So shout out to Chicago Bears.
Okay.
So yeah, just have to. Anybody you want to give a shout out to? We should do shout outs every week.
Okay.
Somebody doing something positive. Somebody you want to say, girl, you need to cut it out.
I see a lot of people on my Facebook that doing incredible things. So I wanted to recognize all women first that's on my page and on they're doing incredible things on their health journey. I seen people on a health journey. Nikki, she's on a health journey. My girl Michelle, a lot of people's on a health journey and they doing things and losing weight. So I wanted to definitely to say to all my girls, my wonderful women that out there doing things better for their health. You're awesome. You're beautiful queens. Keep at it. And the kings that's doing good. Because I got to give it to the kings too. I'm all about loving everybody. So to the kings that doing good for their health and their mind and their body, their soul, their spirit, whatever you're doing, I want to congratulate you. So that's my biggest thing on that one. So congratulations, everybody. Shout out to all my peeps. Love you all. And thanks for the support.
Good job, because once you feel good, you do better.
I tell you, you do.
You know better, you do better.
You sure do.
Even with me on my little, it's funny. Just real quick, even with me on my little weight loss journey, I'm coming down.
Yeah, it ain't little. You've been doing great.
I'm trying.
It ain't little. You've been doing great. I mean, I'm proud of you.
When you start feeling that weight go down,
right.
The weight I was at, I was, I'm a big chick, but you feeling your knees get lighter, and you start feeling like, man. So I knew I was. My body was changing. Girl at work, white girl at work, walked behind me. She was like, Monty, you looking snatched.
Snatch them, girl. You better snatch them.
I said, what you doing about snatch? I said, I'm looking snatched. Okay. So I'm like, all right, when that can happen, then something happening, So,
yes.
I'm trying to get it right and tight for the summer, honey. I'm gonna pull somebody's son.
Oh, you gonna pull them, baby. You gonna pull them. We're gonna go ahead and pull them. You go ahead and pull them.
I want them all. I'm dating them all. Okay. Somebody say, get on their knee.
Do what you gotta do.
But nevertheless.
Okay.
Do good, people. 2026.
Yes.
I'm trying. But okay, so let's get into tonight.
Let's do it.
So I know everybody been anticipating this. So we got on YouTube real quick. Let's do a quick check-in. We have Jerome. He said, I appreciate y'all for having this discussion. Absolutely, Jerome.
How you doing, Jerome? Yes.
We want to hear your opinion also.
Right. Most definitely.
Please, he's a good, positive Black influential
Love
man.
it. Love it.
Very respectful. So
Love it.
I want you to chime in when we get into this topic also. Anybody you see you need to check in on TikTok?
No, everybody do what they do. If it is, I can't even see them anyway. So everybody do what they do.
Okay, so Kiki, so you and I have been having this discussion.
Yes.
Just about Black women. Oftentimes, guys, and I don't know what platforms you are on, but we have been noticed a lot of disrespect toward Black women. Okay. Granted, you can feel how you feel, date who you want to date. Talk who you want to talk, marry who you want to marry. Where the problem is when Black men are dating outside their race, they feel the need to disrespect us, right?
Right.
So we're not going to focus on that because this is not about that.
It's not all about that. We're not that.
So being that we've seen that, I don't date these Black women because Black women or Black women this to make us like dim our lights. Tonight, we're going to shine some light on the Black men that love us.
Yes.
Right? And not just Black men, in any man, if you're any other man who love us, that's fine too as well. I'm saying this because, again, I'm going to keep repeating myself. I speak about me because this is who I am. This is my culture. This is my race. I can only talk about my experiences, right?
Right.
I can't talk about any other culture or race. But
Right.
I'm just saying, no offense, full disclaimer. This is not an anti any other race or culture. This is saying is these are Black women experiences in society today,
Right.
right? So with that being said, tonight we shining a light on our brothers.
Yes, we
We
are.
shining lights on our
We
kings,
shine our
okay?
light on our kings. You know it.
You know,
Yes.
so
I
that's
think I think men are big. I think they misunderstood, and that's my biggest thing. So go ahead,
okay.
Boots.
So we're gonna get into it. Hopefully, it's a lot of y'all joining. And honestly, I want my non-Black people to join too. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
do you know why? Because they benefit a lot from us. Okay, and I'm gonna just leave it there. But so tonight, because we are Kiki, our stigma is, Black women, we're the loudest, we're angry, we have this stigma about snapping off, but we're just gonna talk about, because for too long the stories have been negative, the division, the blame, the stereotypes. So we're flipping the script, like I just said. We're talking about accountability,
Mhm.
healing, growth, and we're talking about how Black men can and do love Black women out loud,
Right.
and unapologetically. They're loud about it. They're letting
Mhm.
you know. So, is that a problem for Black men to do that out loud?
No.
You know, will it be a problem, chat? We want to hear from you guys. Is it a problem to love us out loud, right?
Right.
So we're just gonna just talk about, what do you see in far as Black men loving on Black women?
To be honest, another thing too, definitely for Black men that's loving on Black women, and I have to say on top of it, for me as in the community too, as well as Black women loving on Black women. So, but right now, let's focus on the men. What I see and what I feel that men are misunderstood. No one really gives them that recognition of them loving their women, loving their Black women. They looking at men as weak when they are submissive to their women and women are submissive to the men. I'm trying to figure out, why is there a sign of weakness when a man is a Black man and a wonderful Black man is being submissive to his wife and loving his wife? Why is that a sign of weakness to people? It's like, I don't really care too much about celebrity, right?
Mm.
But I have noticed that when Black men are dating Black women, they are like, oh, why he apologizing? Why shouldn't he apologize? If he's running late, why is this a problem for him to apologize? That's a man. Men, once we understand men, we'll understand how hard it is for them to be men and for them to do the things they need to do. And for them to even to have that right there, for them to have that people to really can hurt like the esteem and of a man, and knowing that he's trying to have this masculine way of him taking care of his woman. But we have other men that feel like, man, he weak. How's a brother is weak?
Because he stand
Because he been there with his wife, or he asked his wife, like, if one man was saying in the store, a woman was like, all in his comments was like, he asked his wife, this woman needed to get something from the top shelf at a store. And he's looked at his wife like, is that okay for me to do that? And she was like, cool. And they was like, why you got to do that? Like, what's wrong with him asking permission? It's not that she got him in check. It's a sign of respect. Why, when we Black men doing those things, that's a sign of respect. Don't you know love comes with respect? Love don't come. People got this superficial love. The superficial love that they got now is all about pleasure, um, physical. That's superficial. See, all that's superficial. But when you respect that woman, that's love. Because that's unconditional on everything that she does or what he does, and they do for each other. That's love. Love is all about respect.
So you're saying that they don't look at Black men that's supposed to be taking care of they Black women
As strong.
and as strong.
No.
And and it just comes to let you know that, and they take that for face value too as well, because you digging back, you said that um you said Black men are looked at as weak, and we don't
Mm-hmm.
understand them. and I'm saying black men because you're saying they don't understand. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard to really understand black men because they have the biggest targets on their back, right?
Right. Right.
They have the biggest stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
And um, I want to get to a situation, but I won't. But they look at them like, okay, they want to be weak with us, but they have to be strong for everybody else. So
Exactly.
they have to go out, and this is where the misunderstanding,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, comes from. If you have a black man in the home trying to take care of, kids, girlfriend, wife, maybe he
Mm-hmm.
has some outside kids or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
he has to go out into the world, and we do too.
Right.
But we're going to talk about how the weight is on their shoulders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have to hide it
Right.
because they have this masculinity and they have this you know perspective to show like I'm a black man, I'm strong,
Mm-hmm.
I can't show a sign of weakness, I can't be
Mm-hmm.
this family man, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is. So they
Mm-hmm.
have to go out into the world. They got to
Mm-hmm.
go um, work hard jobs. They have to
Right.
do what they can, maybe two or three jobs. They have to
Mm-hmm.
help financially, pay bills, take care of kids. So
Mm-hmm.
they do just as much as we
Right.
do. But they hold in that emotional piece. Us, as women, black when we curse you out, we show our emotions. We wear our emotions on our sleeve. But so they go out to the world. They got these hard jobs. They got to watch out. If they have to watch where they go into stores, they can't
Right.
go in certain areas.
Right.
They targets from the police.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much.
Really
It's so much they have.
pressure.
Pressure. So much
So
on their
much.
back. So when
Mm-hmm.
they get home, right? They have to be able to, you know, get that out their mind
Mm-hmm.
or leave that outside,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to kind of, separate them emotions from coming in the house being mad and
Mm-hmm.
trying to take care of family. So they are
Mm-hmm.
very misunderstood,
They are. They
you
really
know.
are.
And
And
I can say this: who can understand that? I,
mature.
I want I want a black man to answer that. Who can understand when that black man has to go out into this world getting stereotyped by police? If he
Mm-hmm.
walk past the wrong woman, if he
Mm-hmm.
going to the wrong neighborhood, if he getting beat down by uh, a a law official, if
Mm-hmm.
he in court and you have to plead guilty to offenses he don't,
Mm-hmm.
who understands him more than who?
The woman. We
It's
supposed to.
us.
We
You know what I mean?
supposed to
It's
understand.
really us
Yes.
knowing that
Right.
we know that what they go through.
Right.
We see it, we live it. They was taken out of our home.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So they
Exactly.
were taken out of our home. So we have to understand that when they
Mm-hmm.
come in the house, they fighting some serious stuff,
Yeah.
right? They
Mm-hmm.
fighting some serious stress, pressure,
Mm-hmm.
getting overlooked with positions,
Mm-hmm.
jobs.
Exactly.
So when he come home, he does want that strong woman to be there, opposed to, you know, just somebody accusing him why you don't do this or why you don't do
Right.
that.
Right.
Let him be a leader in the house,
Right.
right? If that
Right.
makes sense.
It does. And I feel like in every relationship, and I know Jerome said something, and what did he?
He said black masculinity is a real thing.
Right.
Black men don't want to be viewed as weak.
Exactly. Who want to be viewed as that? On top of it, they deal with so much, and they still trying to uplift their women. They still trying to be there, still trying to provide for their women and their children. So that's a really hard thing to go through and to deal with. Everybody really do not. I mean, once we start to understand each other, it'll be so many beautiful relationships because black love is beautiful. I don't know who would not want that. That's the most beautiful thing ever. It's one of the things that I put down as black love has survived system designs to break black families apart. And loving each other in that content is strength, resistance, and hope. It's like when we know that we got our back against our back against the wall, right? A black woman have a back against the wall. The black man have a back against the wall, and they both lifting up each other. You know how strong that is to keep that love in that household when you go out in society and society is trying to tear you apart and trying to bring you down and trying to make you seem like you loud, black men weak, they don't take care of their kids, they don't take care of the household. They lazy. So
Mhm.
when you have all that in the inside of the household, y'all both holding each other, you know how powerful that is? Love is so powerful when you don't let none of that stuff in. When that man goes out there or that woman goes out there in that world and they got to come back. And when they come back, they are feeding and fueling each other, keeping each other grounded and holding each other and keeping supporting each other. That's
Mhm.
so important in Black relationships. And we're losing because we don't have that no more. Because everybody see sign of weakness. Why you doing that to a Black woman? She ain't worth it. Yes, we are. Because it's good Black women out there. And what do you know, the social media shows that reason why
They don't
so
show that.
many Black men thinking that this is what my problem is. If whites don't like Black, white, or we got all white people, they don't like Black, right? And they be like, well, you can't judge us just because of one person that you did not like. We ain't all the same, right? Great. So why you would do that to the Black women? So you see a Black woman, she out there acting a fool, doing what she doing, and you got to understand, you got to love her because the system made her this way.
Mhm.
She's only doing what she's seen done and is only making her to be who she is. So we have to have that love, because just because we wasn't raised in it doesn't mean that she's supposed to be like one of us. We raised differently. We raised with love. Maybe she wasn't. So my thing is, we looking at how some of our Black women portrayed up on the social media, not good, but negative. And then we got the Black men. See, that's the reason why I don't want to date them. But you only looking at that on social media, but you're not taking a picture at look at Taisha, my girl Boots, beautiful woman, smart, intelligent, love and can cook, take care of a good man. So you can't, she's not all up on the internet, blah, 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 showing her this and that. No, she's not. She's educated. She's smart. She's doing what she's doing. She's uplifting people. She deserve a good man.
Yeah, don't I know?
She deserve a good man. She done raised a boy, got a wonderful grandson. So she's not up on that internet. No, she's not. You know where she at?
Too,
She's at home. But yeah, but
and that's true, and that's true, and we get to always at the short end of the stick, and you as well. You raised a good, wholesome Southern style family. Your kids are respectful. You did good with your kids.
you did
But
too. Thank you.
I just think that. Well, I'm gonna pose this question. I ain't gonna say I think. I hate to think. What do you think? How do you think Black men protect Black women in society today? And do we see it? Do we see Black men often protecting Black women? Because, like you said, we see the stereotypes. We loud, we ghetto, because they're not looking at the whole. They're looking in the wrong rooms, right? We can look at the rappers, sexually objectifying themselves, and they, perceive all of us as that way,
right?
And which we are not. I don't be on the internet with my asses out, and
right.
I may like to show some cleavage or something, but um, it's like they only want to sexually objectify Black women. I ain't gonna say that because we see it all. We even got our little girls, twerking and jerking, right? And even boys, whatever. But I'm saying, how do Black men protect Black women today? And I'm gonna say this right here, and I'm gonna answer this for you because we have, and he was supposed to join tonight. Javon, he loves this conversation. Let me go ahead and say what Javon said before I say this.
Yes.
Well, he definitely don't want to face all type of BS in the world, of course.
Right. Understand.
He definitely don't want to come home to be made to feel uncomfortable and be disrespected. Absolutely. It is very small percentage of Black men dating outside of their race and disrespect Black women. The whole Black gender war is a total false narrative.
Right.
I agree with that too. And
right.
You know what? I'm gonna say I agree and disagree.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay. Because he's absolutely correct, but then we also see, because it's a guy. I like to see, and this is how I say protecting Black men, because when we see getting called bitches and hoes, some men will call you bitches like it's your first name, right? Right, and they don't have a problem with it. Is it up? And I got 5 boys, And I try to check my boys with that too.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I get it, y'all. Bitch needs to be called a bitch because we'll
Okay.
do it too.
Okay.
You know, but just to say that because you acting out of emotions and you can't
Mm-hmm.
find the right words. And I
Mm-hmm.
often say this because men, black men, they can't be the emotional creatures in a relationship too,
Right.
right? So somebody has to allow us, be
Right.
feminine, be emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Let us cry, let us be weak, let us be able
Mm-hmm.
to lean on you. Don't tell us to suck it up or want us to be strong. No, that's what you are for, black man, to
Mm-hmm.
uplift us when we have to be weak, and vice
Mm-hmm.
versa.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So this is when I say protecting, black men. Like, man, it was one show we had the guys on, and there was a man, one guy calling. He kept calling a female
Right.
a bitch.
Right.
It was
I had to
men.
talk
It
to
was
him
some
about that
black
too.
men in there. Like, why he keep calling these women bitches?
Right.
And it's men out there that really, really, really respect that. Would never call a woman a
Yeah.
bitch, and you can appreciate this.
Right.
You
I
appreciate
never
that.
was called that.
Mhm.
Never, and I'm with you. And I feel like on top of it, Boots too, that when we feel like a man's supposed to do this and do that, right? But actually, how can he do it if he don't know how to? You get what I'm saying? Everybody needs a way, like how it's like a man who don't have a father.
Mhm.
So how
Which
can
that's probably one of the factors.
right? So how can he be a father?
Absolutely.
So how can he be that husband? How can he pour into you? We expect men to be mind readers. That's our thing. We expect men to be mind readers. Actually, a man is designed for you to tell him what you need. See, we can't go around like he's supposed to be reading my mind.
Right.
He don't supposed to read our mind. We're supposed to communicate our emotions. We're supposed to communicate our feelings. Once we communicate our feelings, it's up to him to do what we communicate to him with. See, that's the issue. The issue is we're not communicating. We're not loving each other. And the men have a hard time communicating because guess what? That's how they are. They don't communicate their emotions. They don't communicate things they would like to have or need. And I feel that's the reason why it's so big misunderstood when it comes to black men. We all, man and woman, all of us need to communicate what we need and what we need of each other instead of assuming that he would know, like, you've been with this woman that she ready to marry, but he's not.
But you just go. I'm sorry, cut you
Go
off.
ahead.
But just go back to what you just said. Two things you said: communication and not knowing how.
Right.
How do we expect a man to communicate with that? Because if he's acting out, if he's talking sweet, or if he's showing some type of emotions, you know, he has to have this masculinity he has to protect. Can I show a sign of vulnerability with this woman? Can I be the true self? Can I cry? Men, black men don't want to show those emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Why is something I don't know. They were made and had to be strong and had to be
They had
tough.
to.
And this just goes dating back from slavery days when they used to get whipped and beaten, drug out. They had to not show a sign of fear, weakness, and emotion. So it
Right.
took that out.
Mm-hmm.
It took that out of them, expressing emotions effectively.
Right.
So the communication gaps aren't there.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to listen.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to hear each other.
Right.
And listen is a skill.
It
If you
is.
can really listen to what a person is saying without
Mhm.
them having to say, "Damn, I'm sad, bitch."
Right.
You have to be able to know a woman's emotions. You have to
Right.
be able to know, like, something wrong with my woman.
Right.
Her behavior is off.
Mhm.
She acting strange. She acting different. You have to be able to recognize signs. She's
Mhm.
giving them to you,
Right.
but some men and some black men can recognize it.
Right.
And because guess why? They were raised in two-parent households. They seen what family
Mhm.
life is like. They seen dad and mom go through those hard times and
Mhm.
tough times, and it's easy to give up.
Mhm.
Michelle Obama, I love. I don't know. I ain't saying they got the perfect marriage, but she just say, her and Barack went through their rocky times.
Everybody does.
But the key was we had to know why we got into that into
Right.
that marriage. It
Right.
wasn't just for all the good times.
Right.
You have to be able to have a partner that can really understand you.
Right.
Me personally, I feel only a black man can understand me. I ain't gonna say I'm angry, but I can get angry. I get angry if I see, my kids going through some racial things and we can't help.
Right.
We see it on the news, we see it on TV with immigration, we see it all over the place.
Right.
Our feelings are valid and how we feel are valid, but can we express it without being so judged? And who can
But can a
understand
man
that better?
express it without being judged too? That's we have to have grace with each other. And on top of you right. See, the thing about it, I feel like men are now trying to work on themselves, and some of them is giving up. They thinking, well, let me go outside my race and get what I want and
That's
go
the
from
easy
there.
way out.
That's the easy way, instead of working on themselves or understanding the black woman or trying to understand themselves.
So what do you say when, I'm sorry,
No,
we
go
get
ahead.
into some questions.
Right.
What do you say when, they say we too loud or too strong or we too demanding? And so they feel going outside their race is easier because they don't have to deal with a black woman.
Well,
now.
to be honest with you, the white woman is demanding. She expect you to work. She expect you to do the same thing that we expect you to do. It's like, but I can say expect what we pray we would love for you to do is always being there for us. Like some women is all about the money. It's not all be all with every woman. Everybody's different. It's not about the money. You can have less money, but still be the most sweetest man in the world. I take that sweet man with the money or that sweet woman with the money. You know what I'm saying? It's vice versa. Whatever is what you into, the money is not it. It's not all about like, I want you to do this and I want you to do that. And that's not how it is, and you giving up upon the sister when she's there. Try to understand her. Try to, y'all both come to one another and try to be able to be reasonable with each other and know what each other needs. That's the most important thing about it. I can't stop and express to say communication is key. And I love when I see black men loving their women. I love it. When I see them loving their women, and I'm gonna tell you, when you see the ones that been together since they was teenagers all the way to they now 70 or 80, you know what I'm saying? It's the most beautiful thing to see. And I love love. Love is so beautiful and powerful. People really don't understand. And when I say people I know that black men that love their wife. I got friends up on Facebook, love their wives, supporting their wife. Black men. My friend Rufus, he love his wife, supports her, being there for her. They love each other. My boy Jonathan, like he support Michelle, then being there for her, loving her. More black men that's out there that I see supporting and loving their black women and lifting them up.
Okay,
that's so important.
Let me ask you this. So I hear you saying, we see it. What does that look like?
What does it look like?
Yeah, what does it look like for those that really want to know? Well, let's talk about what some black men that don't know out there. What does loving us look like? Emotionally. Not that we're gonna take the finances out because everybody know finances. We need them. They're either gonna break or make a relationship, right? What does loving us look like when you say, they're loving? You say you see all your friends that love their women, they love their husbands. What it look like? What does it look like?
And what it look like, first off, it looks like strength, respect, communicating with each other and understanding each other's emotions. And to have and then to have grace with one another. Love is greatness. Once we understand the greatness of love, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. Really, it is. Because we have to be able to, when you see that man, he respects her. That's what you'll see. You'll see that he'll talk to her in a way, holding that door for her. Grabbing her purse for her so she can and he helping her put her coat on. Then when she put her coat on, he giving her purse back, holding the door for her, talking to her in that way of so much respect and understanding. Then listening to her, baby, okay, what we need to do. You're a little bit upset. Now think about it. We going through a lot. Women go through menopause. Men go through menopause too, to be honest. They go through a midlife crisis. They go through a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see if they still got it or not. But the thing about it, guess what? When you have that respect and that love and that grace with one another, you communicate that. You talk to one another. You able to not look at the physical, because if you choose physical over anything, when you choose that physical, when you choose that pleasure, you already lost, because those things fade. But when you have that person who respects you and love you, can communicate with you, understand your emotions, and you have emotions, and y'all both understanding and understanding of each other, pure greatness.
You know what I like to see, and we see it. I see it a lot too, also with black men,
Mhm.
is how, and it's nothing new, and they don't get praised for doing this because they're supposed to do it. But
Right,
just how some men are so in tune with their children's needs,
right.
taking some load off the kid's mom, and
Mm-hmm.
they understand that it's a two parent, it's a two
Mm-hmm.
parent responsibility.
Right.
I'm a go to my kids' games and let mom will do what she do.
Mm-hmm.
Just understanding like moms have a hard road also.
Right.
So I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna go be just as much as involved as my the mother is.
Right.
So I'm seeing that a lot more, and it's out there. You know, just 50-50 parenting, showing what black family is, showing that we do have two parent households. Because we get these stigmas about being single parents, and they want to say if a kid act up, but black men are in the home. They are
Mm-hmm.
showing up. They are at football games and basketball games. They are at school conferences with their wives or girlfriends. So the love is out there,
It
right?
is.
The love is out there, going out, just going out as a family, just showing the world like
Mm-hmm.
we do family events.
Yeah.
We do love each other. We do love our women.
Mm-hmm.
We are strong for our women.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we do hold this, family values and black love
Mm-hmm.
strong, and we value it.
And it's important.
And
It really important. I mean, seriously, people really don't understand. And sorry about that, you cutting you
no,
off
go
on
ahead.
anything. And so much of things that goes on, that the emotions of everybody and how we feel and how we changes and how we feel this way and how we're supposed to feel that way. There's so much going on in a household. That's two people are living in a household together, and they have to be able to understand one another. That's the only way it's going to be able to work. And they got to be able to love unconditionally, because love is unconditionally.
It's very unconditional.
It
Once you
really
start
is.
putting condition on TikTok,
Right.
Darrington. Darrington.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Kiki. Kiki joined us TikTok. Trisha said, my sister Trisha said, gotta check in. Bro said, love is respect. Patient appreciation. These braids get on my nerve.
I
They
know.
gonna be in a ponytail.
I know.
Uh, anybody on Facebook you need to check in with?
My pastor Curtis Bryan.
He joined.
Yes, I want to say thank you, my
Oh
pastor.
Lord.
I love you. He's one of the awesome black men that
Hey,
support
Pastor.
and love his wife, and he has a wonderful family. I'm truly blessed. Like I said, it's like we really have to understand what it takes, and we got to be able to handle those roles. Those roles ain't easy.
That Pastor drop us a comment and how
He did. He said, "You keep talking, Kiki." That's what he said. I got you, Pastor. Most definitely, always. I'm gonna keep talking. So that's what he did. He said that. I got you, Pastor.
you know, and honestly, you know what, and Pastor gonna agree with this too. A lot of we gotta get closer. You gotta get closer to God too.
It's
We gotta bring
important.
God back
It's
in these households.
it's really important. And I definitely have to touch bases as for You know, I know it about the black men, but as black women, sometimes black women goes outside to be with women, and some women does love on black women as well. So I cannot go from that. No matter who you choose, no matter what, that's between you and God. But there's black women out there that loves their black women as well. So those things is a lot. And think about the two black women together. That's a lot of emotions in that relationship. You go through a lot in that relationship. Trust me, I know. So it's a lot that you go through in a woman and woman relationship. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. Black love is most powerful love that it is, because it's defeating the odds of everything that's in life that try to tear our black brothers down and try to tear our black sisters down. So I do not I don't want none of us to look at this social media and thinking that's all be all. That's a lie. That's the enemy trying to portray and tear our sisters and brothers down. And that's not the way we need to go with it. We need to keep uplifting each other and fighting for each other and understanding each other every time. It's so important to do that. We got to keep doing that with each other. And I just pray that everybody takes their time to understand one another.
So if you can ask, what in your own perspective, what would you like the world, society, black men, us, black, other black women? What would you like the narrative to change about us? What would you like? And I ask, and I say that because oftentimes, we got this. They only say a few things about why they either don't date us or what's the problem with us. Okay, whatever. What would you change? What narrative would you like to put out there about black women for the world to know or to see? How do y'all view? How you want us to see it?
I want you to, what I pray for, that everyone see how beautiful, powerful, resilient, and I mean, as a black woman, to bring beautiful life in this world, to be able to submit to her husband, to be there to bring up her children, to speak life in them, to speak life in others, to love one another no matter what. She's still going and she's staying strong. She's tired. She works. She come home. She cooks. She do all those wonderful things. And on top of it, she wait till he gets home. What I want people to understand about a black woman is no different than any other women that do things for their men. But a black woman is a strong, powerful woman. I mean, we are some bad women. We can change. I'm going to tell you, we can change so many things on hairdos. We are intelligent. We can do so many great things if we take our time to it. And that's what I want everybody to see, is have grace on us. Have grace on the black woman about how she is, and understand her emotions. Understand how she's feeling. That's why I want you to understand. Take time to understand her. Talk to her. Understand why is she's angry, why she feels this way, why she's emotional. Talk to her. Communicate that. And I'm going to tell you, and I said to my sisters, talk to him. Why? Why he feels like he's alone. Why he feel like he's down. What can you do to lift him up? It's not nothing wrong to lift up a man. It's not nothing wrong to pour into your man. Pour into him. It's nothing wrong with submitting to your man. Why? What's wrong with that? Submission is beautiful. People see it as bad. I've been submissive all my life. There's nothing wrong with being submissive. It's nothing bad. It's a sign of respect and love. So I want to be able to submit to him or to her. And that's what I want to do because I love and respect the person I'm with.
Absolutely. Good answer. Good. So what I want the world to see, I want us as black women, those that be on the internet downing each other or talking about anything they can't find. I want this world to understand. I want black men to understand. We look for you guys to come back and be the leaders. We look for you guys to be those strong individuals with these children, be role models, be take a kid and be okay with teaching him, showing him a way because he may be fatherless. Being those role models, coming back into the community and getting a group of young black boys, and showing them how to be young, respectful men because it starts in the home. But you said earlier that um, they don't know.
Right.
But for the black men out here that do know, we have some, and we hopefully to bring them on soon. But we have those, influential black men in the community that's willing to do it and step up.
Right.
Unfortunately, they can't come together. But I want them to know we the rock.
We are.
Anytime anything goes on, I want anybody
The
to know
glue.
this. Black women have showed up to marches. We have showed up to fight everybody's battle but our own. We would tear down our own but go and fight somebody else's, right?
Right.
For instance, like you said, we so strong and resilient. We got the world on our shoulders and we carrying it with without complaining. We go to work, we go to school. We the highly most educated species on the earth. We're making money. We got careers, businesses. We're doing everything that stopped us for years on top of raising our children. I want black women to hear me. You can, but pay attention to those that come into your realm to learn you.
Right.
To go back for financial gain.
Right.
We see it all the time in our own community. In Chicago, we got the South Side of Chicago, for instance, is like 99% black people. How do we got all either Asian stores or Asian markets or Indian markets on every corner? How is that so? But I'm just saying this to say is we can build businesses, we can't come together like they did. So we have to learn to be united, and I believe only one person can unite. And that's black women. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying that to be funny, but we can do it. We can be that change, but we would love for black men to stand behind us.
Exactly.
We want that support. We want y'all to stand strong because we fight battles that ain't no, there's no battles to be fought no more. You know what I mean?
I
So I
totally
want,
agree.
black women out there, stop, disrespecting other black women.
Yeah.
If you can disrespect one, you can love one.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. We got those out here that just gonna work your nerves.
Right.
But we see it all the time. You tearing us down.
But who's perfect?
Nobody's perfect.
We're not perfect. Yeah, we got them out there. We mad that they fighting each other, but we got to understand where they come from. Where they come from, with respect. This is the life that they've been dealt with, and they didn't have nothing good on it. And then the society kept them where they at. So what can we do? So let's definitely lift. And I have to say this. I give you a question, Boots. From what we talk about as black men, and when you get in a relationship or your past relationship, what would you take from it now?
From my past relationship?
And from what you would take from your past relationship for now, when you meet that new person, what would be different that you would do now?
Never no disrespect. You have to have some type of emotional intelligence. You have to understand me. I'm going to get mad.
Not you.
Yeah.
What would you do? What you would do with him?
What I would do with him?
Yes, for him, like let's say you get a good man.
I think I would I would try to be more submissive because I'm not a submissive person at all. I think that may be one of my character flaws. And that's because I know not to be submissive to the wrong person, right? So it's not that I can't be. I just haven't had that person to want to make me be submissive.
Gotcha.
You get what I mean? If that makes sense. So
yes.
Yeah, unfortunately I haven't. I don't think I haven't found husband material yet.
Right.
And I'm not going to be giving you wifey
But
qualities.
what's this is the thing.
Uh-huh.
Husband material is all about growth.
It's all about growth.
So you
but
gotta
you can
grow
understand
together.
the signs in the
Right.
beginning. You get what I'm saying? So if
Right.
you know this man, for instance, y'all have y'all first argument. The first thing he want to do is either disrespect you, call you out your name, or
Mm-hmm.
we ain't doing abusive stuff. So I ain't gonna
Right.
talk about that.
Right. Right.
But that is abusive, but physically. But
Mm-hmm.
you got to know recognize the red flag.
Right.
He getting mad because you looking right. You got to recognize the red flag.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pay attention to those more, and I'll pay attention to mine.
Gotcha.
Because I have them. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I'm not the perfect person.
Mm-hmm.
There's some little small stuff that's gonna make me
Mhm.
bad. I think I'm controlling.
We all are.
I think
We
I
all
try
have
to
a
be
little
less more
sense of
controlling.
that's a really good thing that you recognizing that. That's a good thing.
Oh yeah,
Seriously,
I
Boost.
see it.
Um,
Cause you know why?
yeah.
Because I had to do it all
Right.
alone for so long. You know what I
Right.
mean? Raised
Mhm.
5 boys. I went to school, went to work. So I only
Mhm.
knew that way now. You
Mhm.
get what I mean?
Yeah.
So no man came in my world and said, "Let me take that load off of you.
Right.
Let me ease that burden."
Right.
So
Because it's always it's always in the past, it's not just that person. It's both
It's
actually.
always.
Like even I take mines from my past relationship. I know that now I feel like more communicating for me when it comes to my ex-girlfriend, more communicating. I feel like my emotions get the best of me when I notice when I need to communicate my emotion while I'm frustrated.
When you get
When
mad, it's hard.
yes, because
It's
when
hard.
it's like when someone, I feel when someone is like, if I tell you something and then you keep asking me the same question, I usually like get so like annoyed,
Annoying.
and I get angry with that it comes off like
I'll be ready
you
to slap
can't you can't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed that about myself. So I'm now
Me
want to
too.
be able to communicate that emotion. Like I want to be like, hey babe, I feel like I told you already what I'm doing, this and that, and I feel like you're not remembering or understanding. So can we really meet in a middle ground? But instead of we talking, instead of yap at each other, or me like shutting down or shutting off and going from there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of things you learn as you grow. So I feel like that.
And I think it's a struggle for all of us. And even me being a
Yes.
therapist and being a counselor and running these groups on trying to educate people how to control their emotions.
Right.
And I'm like, hell, all right, is mine in check? But
Mhm.
I learned from what I taught too. You know what I
Right.
mean? I
Right.
I taught DBT, I taught CBT.
Right.
So I take that and I learn too. Sometimes, but I think they in check a little bit.
Mhm.
My emotions when I know my triggers and but it's just something about when you know somebody messing up and you
Mhm.
try to control it
Mhm.
and they not being receptive. It's
Mhm.
just I think that's one of my biggest. I'm not gonna steer you wrong, but
Yeah.
just you want people to be understand those I statements. Look, I'm not gonna blame you. I'm just let you know how I feel,
Right.
and your feelings are valid, right?
Right. That's
So
important.
that's
When
why
you recognize that's important. I'm with you on that
just
one,
don't
Boots.
and don't
Yeah.
invalidate what I'm feeling. That right there is a big trigger to me because you don't get to tell me how to feel,
Right.
and just
That's when you
recognizing
gotta
like
it's when you gotta
I'm going
understand
through
each other.
yeah, you got to
You
understand
gotta
like yeah, I'm
understand
going
each
through
other. And we really
and
like
I don't need a non-black man say, well, "What's wrong, honey?" I need him to know. With my age, he's gonna already look at me and know shit.
no, he ain't
You
gonna
know,
no tie. Ain't
he
no Boots.
if he,
No, he's not.
if
That's why I said you got to explain that man, because he ain't gonna know.
if you're in a relationship, you would
Yeah.
know. I know but the last I know, I'm like, oh shit, here it comes. When you know somebody, you're gonna know their set offs. You're gonna know what's gonna make them mad. You gotta, when you run really trying to get to know somebody, you're gonna know their trigger points. You're gonna know what makes them mad, happy, glad, sad. You're gonna know when he ready to have sex, when he don't want to be bothered. You're gonna know where to sleep. And it's a hard time to get to that point.
Well, yeah, those are
Yeah.
things, those are physical things, but internally, when he needs someone to talk to, that's when that communication can come in.
You're
That
gonna,
communication
Kiki,
come
you're
in.
gonna know because
Was
he's
it?
gonna show you in his emotions, whether
Well,
it's
that's true.
angry,
Yeah.
whether he hiding,
Right.
whether he's shutting down,
Right.
drinking, even drugging. He's gonna show you. He
Right.
just can't say it.
Right.
So those signs are gonna be there, and unfortunately, he's gonna know when he needs to open up and communicate.
Communicate. Yep.
And some people ain't there yet.
No,
My
no.
biggest goal when I was a counselor was to try to, and I hate to say it this way, is to get a black man to cry
Mm.
because they don't cry. I ain't gonna say they all
Oh,
don't.
I seen them
You
cry.
know,
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm saying, I'm gonna say they don't,
Right.
but the ones that been through so much trauma and just
Mm-hmm.
been through a lot, and they just fed up and gave
Mm-hmm.
up. Now they angry,
Yeah.
and everything you do, they mad.
Right.
And it would be one question I would ask, and I would say, "Shut the door," and
Mm-hmm.
and they probably just want to thought, "What's wrong?
Right.
Why are you so angry?"
Nice.
And
That's it. That's important.
you can tell they talking because they be like this, and he's
Yeah.
like, take a deep breath,
Mm-hmm.
calm down.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Why
Yeah.
are you so angry? And I'd be surprised, when they start letting out,
Yeah. That's
and
important,
be like,
Boot.
there
Seriously.
you go.
Yeah.
All you need to do was process that and talk to somebody.
That's how that relationship started. That's how right there. I'm gonna tell you, by you saying you doing that little small thing to him,
Mhm.
you actually poured into him.
You gotta pour into
You
it,
pour
and you
into
gotta,
him, and that's gonna help him to receive what you're doing, and that's how gonna make that relationship even
you
stronger.
gotta recognize the
Wonderful Boots.
behavior.
Yes, wonderful Boots. Love that. That's it.
And that's a hard thing.
Yeah.
Some people match that.
Yeah, they do.
You get what I'm saying? Why
Yeah.
the fuck you so angry? Well, go,
Right, and that's see what I'm saying. See how that goes. See,
and so we
and
gotta, and I get it. We as black women gotta stand back.
exactly.
Remember me said on Queens of Copy, and there we go. James and lost his job.
Yep.
But you should have let me say what I had to say.
Exactly.
So we gotta understand too, though, when to allow black men to have their space.
Yeah.
To allow them to be vulnerable.
And it's important for them to have space. Allow them to be vulnerable. Allow them to be have that they need. Why they always have to be strong all the time? We can be strong for them, and we come together and together bring strength. That's how we do.
That's what I want black men to know. Y'all can be vulnerable with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know some rough girls out there.
There's
some rough ones.
Oh, it's some rough ones out there.
There's some rough ones.
There's some rough ones.
I had one client, honey. She told me to pull. She told me to slide. I'm like, what does slide mean? I gotta go to people's house. She was so fucking mad. She was cussing me out. I'm like, oh, do I need to call the police? And I was just like, I just need to come. I'm talking to her in a soft voice. To check the kids, assess them. Well, slide then. I'm like, well, what does slide mean? Girl, I took 3 police with me. So I know, and I would ask, I'm like, why are you so angry?
Right.
And I knew the trauma in her. So we gotta recognize it too. But we gotta learn to shut the hell up too sometimes. I get it.
Right.
But it's out of love.
Yeah, it is. It's out of love. And what the whole thing about it, it's all out of love.
At the end of the day,
it's all out of love. And I want to leave this with everybody because it's the word of today. Word of today is lock in. Lock in is when you in whatever relationship you in. No matter how hard it is, no matter what you need, what going on, lock in, communicate. Stay in there to figure out what is the best way for y'all to communicate with each other, to love each other, to support each other, to help one another. And if you even if it's a romantic relationship, friendship relationship, I mean, mother, father, whatever it is, lock in, communicate, talk to one another, help out each other, pray for each other. That's the main thing. You need prayer, you need to talk to, call a friend. Lock in. Lock in is just locking in, calling. I'm checking on you. Lock in. That's the word of the week. The word of the week. Lock in. Lock in and let's get going.
Sometimes though you want to lock out, like I can't even deal with you no more.
Yeah, but we got to lock in. Let's everybody. And I pray everybody have a wonderful weekend. I enjoy this. And I mean, it
This
was great.
conversation can be over and over again. I
Right.
wish we had some
Mhm.
black men to sit at the table, the couch, to really chime in to get
Mhm.
their perspective. But we'll
Right.
do that sometime later.
We will. We will. We eventually get there.
Yeah.
And
But it's always a good conversation when we're talking about us
Right.
for us. No food is for us about us, but I want other people to understand that
Right.
y'all, we not all bad. We're not all we
We-
ain't perfect, but we not all bad.
We're some wonderful women and wonderful men out there. We are. So come on, man. Show that love.
And black men, don't forget, you know, when you step out, don't go get somebody who look like us, want to be us with the head braids and shit. You know, stay, do what you do.
There. Big time.
But we love y'all though. We love our black men.
Yes. Yes, most definitely. And we just want to say everybody to love each other, support each other, and have a wonderful day. Blessings on blessings.
See you guys
Have a
next
wonderful
week.
Wednesday.
Thanks for joining, guys. See you guys next week.
You got it. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Faith, for joining in. I see your comments. She said they probably mad because they're trying to figure themselves out, but some men can know when your energy is off. But don't know exactly what's going on.
Good job, babes.
That's a good answer. Love is not the point of
Amen. Totally.